Hello, this is going to be an oracle and tarot card reading for Leo. So if you have Leo in a major chart placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, this reading could be for you. Whether you do or not, this is a general collective reading. So you do need to use your intuition to know if this reading is for you or what parts are for you. Also, this reading for me, it's meant to be timeless, which means it shouldn't matter when I create or post this reading. What truly matters is when you found it. That's when you were supposed to find it, right? So I'm going to use this deck, Toxic Triggers, to start off the reading to find out what this reading is going to be about or what the first message they want to tell you will be about. So let me take a second because there's 4 cards that came out here. So let me take a second to look at these and take this in to try and figure out what they're saying or what the first message is, okay? Oh, nice. Okay, so let me think. So these 3 are definitely together. Yeah. Okay. So I'm noticing here we have one card that says awareness, bring awareness to others, and aware, stop sweeping it under the rug. So the keyword aware twice here. So that's very significant because this is from the same deck, only 4 cards out of the whole deck, and we already have the keyword aware. And that's not like a very common keyword, right? So we have passion. What are you passionate about? This is your purpose. So this is another reading where they're talking about your soul purpose. Spirit is really drilling this into the general collective's head. They're really wanting the general collective to step up and find their soul's purpose and do it. So your soul's purpose has something to do with bringing awareness to others, letting other people know about something. So it's something you should feel passionate about. That's your soul purpose. So whatever you feel passion about, I feel passion for spiritual stuff, passion for the damn tarot cards. I freaking love the idea, or not just the idea, but I love reading these cards. I love putting the message together. It's so much fun for me. It's like decoding a puzzle, you know? That's my passion. What are you passionate about? It will have something to do with you bringing awareness to other people about something. So they're wanting you to step out of your comfort zone and stop sweeping it under the rug, which means you have been, I guess by sweeping it under the rug, you've been like, no, you know, this isn't, you're not comfortable with it. Step out of your comfort zone. So you've been kind of like denying this part of you, and they are screaming to you, no. Whatever you're passionate about, that is your purpose. So stop denying it. Stop sweeping it under the rug. Step out of your comfort zone. Your purpose has something to do with bringing awareness to others, educating other people on some topic, probably spirituality, since, you know, a lot of the people that end up with me readings are twin flames, light workers. So it's a very spiritual route, path. But hey, whatever you're passionate about, okay? So I love these cards that came out together. It's very clear, and I just feel like the message is so clear that they're like screaming it lately. And especially with these cards. We have 2 keywords of awareness here, aware. Stop sweeping it under the rug, step out of your comfort zone. Go for it, bring awareness to others. They want you to step into your purpose, okay? So this is to somebody who either has not found their purpose yet, maybe started it but is backing off, is a little scared. I feel ya. It's nice and comfortable in that comfort zone, but this is your destiny. This is your purpose. I feel like they're screaming it at people. So there's some people that are probably shying away from it, sweeping the truth under the rug. There's truth that needs to come out. You've gone through a spiritual awakening. You're seeing the truth, and you need to spread that truth. You need to awaken other people. Stop sweeping it under the rug. But you're probably like, oh, I'm afraid they're going to think I'm crazy. Yeah, I feel you. My family thought I was going crazy until one of my tarot card readings that I was telling them came true after 1.5 or 2 years. It finally came true. When my dad passed away, I put together, based on listening to general collective readings, somebody had said the 19th, December 19th. December 19th came and went, nothing happened. But the next December 19th, it actually was the 20th, but he could have died on the 19th. It was within hours of the 19th. So after that, they started taking me seriously. And the more readings I do, the more people come back and say, hey, that was really accurate. You know, man, and I'm like, the more confidence I gain. But first, you got to step out of your comfort zone. I feel you. 2.5, 3 years ago, whenever I started this, I wasn't even reading tarot then. I would have told you you were nuts before my spiritual awakening. I would have said, hey, that's really cool. That'd be awesome. But I didn't know. In fact, one time I thought, maybe when I retire, I'll read tarot. I was thinking like 65, 70, you know, so I guess my soul just knew. But I didn't 100% know. Anyway, so that's what I got so far. What else, spirits? If they do their passion, what's coming in? We have Ace of Air, Ace of Swords. Look at this. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations coming to you from the divine Ace. Seeing the truth of a situation. I cannot make this shit up. I don't know if you can see that, but it says seeing the truth of a situation. So you are becoming aware because you're going through a spiritual awakening, but it says here a challenging beginning. This has been a challenge for you because you're like, I'm sweeping it under the rug. I feel like you're like, no, like they're gonna think I'm crazy, but you need to spread awareness. You need to step out of your comfort zone. This is something, whatever this is something you should be very passionate. You should feel that passion. You feel this pull, this call, but then you're kind of like, I don't know. You know, it's hard to let go of that old life. It's hard to put ourselves out there, especially when we're talking about spiritual things. But that's what's needed right now. We need to bring the knowledge to the masses. And I know. And some people don't want to hear it. They want to roll your eyes and tell you they're crazy because they don't want to hear the truth. Anytime I try to talk about like death, near-death experiences, I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated. I love reading people's near-death experience stories because it gives me so much hope that there's an afterlife and how beautiful and loving it is. But when I try to talk to people, a lot of times they get scared. They just don't want to hear it. They're uncomfortable with that. And I feel like, why? I actually had, I went to my father's funeral recently. I don't want to talk about that on my lives or in this because I don't want people to go, oh, I'm sorry and feel sorry for me. I'm okay. But anyway, and a friend of the family said to me, and he wasn't the type that you would think is spiritual or anything like that, but he said, after my wife died, I literally saw my wife many times. She visited me, she came to me. I saw her clear as day, as much as I'm seeing you. And I said, I believe you. I believe you. And he goes, no, seriously. Like almost like I didn't believe him. Like, he's like, no, seriously, no. And he said like 3 or 4 times, like, I, out of everybody, believe you because I wholeheartedly believe in the afterlife. And I was trying to tell my dad this because my dad wasn't sure if there's a heaven or an afterlife. And I wanted to tell him, but he also was denying that he was going to die. They're going to fix me, he said. He had terminal brain cancer, glioblastoma stage 4. By the time they found it, it was pretty much they basically said if he tries chemo radiation, he'll have like 12 to 18 months. But if he does nothing, everything online said 2 to 3 months. He died within 6 weeks of when I think he got diagnosed pretty late. I think he was really having issues. Maybe he even knew, but maybe he wasn't going to the doctor. Maybe he knew and just didn't want to tell us. I don't know. But I just wanted to tell him everything I've learned. I've studied I've read so many near-death experience stories. Now, if these people are lying, I guess that could be one reason that maybe it's not true. But if they're telling the truth, then there's definitely an afterlife. And the reason why is because it's, the scientists would argue, I don't know why I'm getting on this topic, but I do feel like I need to spread awareness too. I'm being told to spread my truth and stop sweeping it under the rug. So just like you're probably a twin flame like me. We'll probably both have these soul purposes we're supposed to be doing. And that's why it's a challenging beginning here for you. But you will have these new ideas, this inspiration that comes to you that you need to share. So this is me sharing it, even though hopefully you're not one of those people that's uncomfortable with this topic, but that's why I need to share this with people. They need to to know this. It's very important for what we're going through. I don't want to get too deep into what we're going through. I don't know 100% anyway, so I don't want to say things and potentially scare people or anything like that. But there's really no reason to be scared, because there is an afterlife, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And I'm not saying we're going to die or anything like that, but I do think part of our purpose is waking people up so that they can lift to this 5D dimension, this higher frequency, and get out of fear and know that there's nothing to fear. Because even if you did, the worst thing happened and you died, you would be in a brilliant, you don't die, you live on. So I wanted to tell my dad that so badly, but he kept saying, they're gonna fix me, they're gonna fix me. And so I just like, if I start talking about it, then he's gonna know he's dying. And I didn't really want him to know he was dying, because I didn't want him to be afraid, you know? But that's part of my purpose, I think, because I'm very intrigued, not by death, but life after death. I read these people's NDEs, near-death experiences. What I was going to say is, the scientists say it's just chemical reaction in your brain. First of all, why? Why would Source, God, or why were we created to where, as we're dying, we get to have DMT, so we get to have this beautiful experience, which often includes a life review, often seeing dead loved ones. Why would everybody, I don't know. Maybe that could be explained if it weren't for this. There are too many people that say things like, they floated up to the ceiling and they floated out of the room and they overheard a conversation. And then after they came back, they went back to the people whom they overheard the conversation with and confronted them. And those people were like, yeah, that happened. It was validated. Or the person who lifted up and saw the roof, and there was like a red shoe or something on the roof. There was something on the roof. And later, that was validated that that object was there. So how would that person have seen these things, witnessed these things, if they literally weren't in spirit form? They heard things going on in other rooms. Because I could even go, okay, maybe this is possible. If somebody was dead and they came back and they overheard a conversation within that room. Maybe hearing is the last sense to go. Maybe they were still processing it. Maybe they were able, whatever. I don't know. Maybe the brain keeps going and was able to hear. And then by the time they came back, was still able to process it. But in another room or on top of the roof, there was also a neurologist who, he was a neurologist himself, right? So he's already a smart guy or a neurosurgeon or something like that. He had like meningitis, and he said that his brain was brain dead. Or like he was in a state where his brain should not have functioned, and he had a near-death experience. Now that maybe could be explained, I guess, if like he was coming back, like his brain was coming back to life, and that's when the experience happened, and he thought it happened while he was dead, or while he was dead. I don't know. But he's a neurosurgeon. He's a smart guy. He knows how all this stuff works. I don't know. And he believes that it was a real near-death experience, that his brain should not have been able to have that experience, and yet it did. So since I'm talking about the subject, I do, again, feel like it's my job. I've been told by them, I feel like, that it's my job to spread awareness on my thoughts. So there must be a reason I am telling people this. I think it's important for people to know. If anybody out there has doubted it, I think it's important for them to know. And another thing that I've come to realize or feel or believe is that I don't think God judges us when we have that life review. I think we judge ourselves. And it's not necessarily to feel bad or be punished. It's more to learn and to grow for soul lessons. So I don't think there's any one being that's going to punish us and send us to hell because we weren't perfect or because we didn't believe this or that. I feel like if we are good people, then we're going to have, I think what it is if you're not a good person, you might, when you go to die, you might feel like I'm not worthy, and then you keep yourself from the light. So I feel like if you can believe you're worthy, believe that it exists too. I think that's another thing that I'm learning, is I think that's why the law of attraction and manifestation is such a big topic right now, and why Spirit's pushing me to teach it, is because I think what you believe when you pass over has a lot to do with what you experience. So if you believe you're going to go to hell, I think you're going to put yourself in hell. If you believe you're going to go to heaven and you're worthy of heaven, that's the experience you'll have. I've had people that have literally had near-death experience. I have a family member that had a near-death experience, and she said, what you think can instantly manifest. So I think that's why, especially for us twin flames, I feel like that maybe this is our last lifetime. And so we need to perfect how to manifest, because when we pass over, we're not going to have bodies anymore. And so we need to perfect it and teach it. So I think that's a lot of why Spirit has me talking about manifestation so much. There was another general collector reading I was watching from somebody, another reader, and I just remember her saying, your job is to teach about manifestation. I thought, well, that's weird, because I do talk about it a lot. And they also said, I've also heard my job is to teach something about something being outdated, an outdated way of being. So again, awareness, and maybe you're sweeping it under the rug. So maybe I feel like organized religion is outdated, and now everybody's becoming more spiritual, and everybody calls it a trend. But maybe the reason why it's trending is because we're going from the age of Pisces into Aquarius, where there's a shift, there's a change in our consciousness, whether people realize it or not. And we are here, you, me, are here to help other people become aware of this, to spread this word. So step out of your comfort zone. You came here to do this. This is your destiny. Spirit's counting on you. And they're telling the same thing to me. Sometimes I think they're even, this message is for me as well, and they're trying to kick our asses. Because, there's times where I get tired or lazy and I don't do what I'm supposed to do, or I'm trying to go back to work full time, which is going to take me away from this. And I feel like they're telling me not to do that, but I feel like I need the money. So I told Spirit, well, if you want me to keep doing this, let me win the lottery or something. Then I'll do this. I'll keep doing this. I'll do it. I'll do readings for free if I win some major lottery or something, if you want me to keep. Otherwise, I got to go back to work. And then I'm not going to give up on this, though. I am going to do this at least part-time. I'm going to try my best to get out as many videos as I can in my spare time, nights and weekends. But right now, it was not making enough money. And I'm like, well, shit. I feel like they keep telling me that to hang in there because something's going to change if I do. So I think they're talking to me too sometimes, Anyway, so you have brilliant new ideas and inspirations that are going to come to you, brought to you by the divine. So if you get brilliant ideas, it's because the divine is your muse. The divine is giving you these ideas. So of course, meditate. That's how you can, tap into your intuition. But I think it has to do with seeing the truth of the situation. I feel that's crazy that this card came out, and we're talking about how this has to do with you bringing awareness to others of the truth, of what you learn is the truth. And yeah, people might, if they're not ready to hear it, they might roll their eyes. They might say you're part of a cult. They might say, I've heard it all in these groups that I'm in. And some people do kind of have I feel like there are some people in those groups that have very far out ideas. But I think, okay, maybe they're seeing the truth. I don't know. I'm not just going to believe it because somebody says it. But just stay open. Probably anybody listening to this reading is already open to hearing this and isn't one of those people that isn't ready to hear the truth yet. But you're probably somebody just like me that you're supposed to be out spreading some kind of truth, and you've been sweeping it under the rug, denying it, and they're telling you, no, don't stop doing that. Stop sweeping it under the rug. Step out of your comfort zone. Follow your passions. It may be a challenging beginning. Yeah, I had a challenge when I first started doing it. I had to learn how to have a spine when trolls come at me and tell me I'm a scammer. Or I've had somebody on my live say something, why are you listening to somebody without a degree? Da, da, da. And I just didn't know how to answer that. Like, I feel like they were attacking me personally. They don't fucking know me. They don't know what I've been through the past couple of years. They don't know all the signs and synchronicities I see constantly. In fact, they probably aren't going through what I'm going through. They're probably somebody who is in the matrix who isn't ready to hear the truth, because otherwise they wouldn't be doubting me. And I just thought, and I said something like, this is coming from Spirit. I don't need a degree in it. You don't need a degree. And any people that like need certification in anything spiritual, that's great and all. I'm sure that's nice to be able to learn from other people or whatever, but you really kind of don't need it if you're like all of a sudden just activated and getting these messages. And I've been told I'm really good at it. And so I basically just threw myself into it, and I keep getting more feedback and things keep coming to light that I was correct. And so that just gives me more and more confidence, right? So just do it. Just go out there, whatever this is, whatever you're passionate about, probably having to do with spreading some kind of truth or awareness to others that you've been denying, sweeping under the rug. So yeah, there's challenges. It takes a little bit to, I still don't show my face because, number one, I don't want to take the time to put makeup on. I don't like what I look like without makeup. I feel like, oh, maybe somebody won't watch me if I'm not pretty enough or whatever. Number two, there is a part of me that's like, what if I need to go get a mainstream job and I'm putting my face out there? I did put my pictures out there, Now I've got scammers using my pictures to try and scam people, and that fucking sucks. But even on my lives, I just feel like I'm more comfortable doing it this way. But maybe it would help me to gain some popularity, to show my face. Maybe people would be more engaged and want to watch it more, because it's probably more interesting than just seeing a static, seeing somebody's facial expressions is probably more interesting. So I probably should show my face. I don't know. Although my son told me once you start and people get used to just seeing your hands and voice, when you show your face, you trip them out. And I did have that once where there was a couple people where all I was used to seeing their hands, and all of a sudden their face was like, yeah, it was a bit of a trip. It's like, whoa, I recognize his voice, but it's just weird to see it with the face. Anyway, what else do we need to know? I know I'm kind of on one of those tangents today, but again, I do feel like Spirit's told me to say it, and I think it's part of, if I'm just here just flipping out cards and just telling you what the cards mean, I just don't feel like I'm fully serving my purpose. So whether you're wanting to hear it or not, Six of Wands wanted to come out. That's like success and victory. So I do think there's things I'm supposed to say, and that's my sole purpose. So the people that need to hear it will want to hear it. The other people, they can say whatever they want to say. I'm here for the people that I'm supposed to help. The other twin flames. Okay, so we have the Queen of Earth. This must be you. And I always see this as somebody who steps into their power, becomes that leader. It says, make time for those around you. So that might be make time for these people that are in your soul tribe you're supposed to be leading. Take a sensible approach. So there's a need for you to take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So we say that there's going to be challenges. Yeah, there's going to be challenges, but make sure you're being kind and understanding. So in other words, I'm just getting, when you spread this awareness and step out of your comfort zone, if you're going on social media or in front of a group, yeah, you're going to have people that disagree with you, especially if it's like controversial, and religion is very controversial. Spirituality, nobody that believes one thing wants someone else to tell them they're wrong. Now, there are people that are a little more open-minded and they're seeking the truth. I think I'm a little more open-minded, but even I probably feel like this is the truth and I want to tell people, because I'm like, dude, this is so what it is. I want everybody else to feel that way. Not because I want to force my opinion, but I think it's just human nature. Now, people that are like in the Christian religion, they're really bad about doing that, forcing their religion, because they're taught this. They're even taught literally, this is the way, truth, light. Only through me can you get to heaven. They want to help you. They want to save your soul. But what if that's not true? First of all, I don't think it is. I can't imagine that only a small group of people that believe in Jesus are going to go to a good place and the rest are just going to burn in hell. No. Come on. Anyway. So we have, you're the Queen of Earth. Excuse me, I need to take a drink. Yes, you're having problems with your throat chakra. You're having problems putting yourself out there, speaking up. You're somebody who is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. You need to take a sensible approach with dealing with these challenges come up. So people that oppose you, take a sensible approach with a kind and understanding manner. But this is you going through a glow up, stepping into your power, and still being nurturing, spreading this awareness, helping people. even though there's challenges. You're going to face them. Yes, we have 5 of Swords. So it says an unwise choice. So I don't know. There might be a choice somebody makes and it's unwise. But this usually 5 of Air is 5 of Swords, which is somebody trying to win at all costs or conflict. So there's definitely going to be some conflict here. I know. But 5, so maybe there was conflict. Maybe that made you pull back. I had that once where on my TikTok I went live and I was raided. I had no idea it was a raid of young people who don't have a lot of experience in life. I'm not dissing young people because young people can be very smart and have a lot to say, and maybe they're even old souls. But they might not have enough experience in this life, and they raided me and just started saying $5 one card pulls are scams and this and that. And I didn't know it was a raid, so I just thought everybody was turning on me. And this was like right when I started, and I thought, for months, Spirit's been telling me to do this. I put myself out there, and then this happens, and I feel like I'm being attacked and called a scammer. That hurt to my core, because I am like not lying. I am not bullshitting people, you know? And so I felt like they're telling me this is my soul purpose. They're telling me this is my calling, and I put myself out there, and then this happens. They're probably sent to stop me. So again, there might be challenges, but Spirit doesn't want that to let it stop you. So somebody might make an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. So you may make an unwise choice, but learn from it. Review everyone's motives. So again, you might have challenges with people. So decide what is their motive for saying these things. There might be people that truly feel like I am taking advantage of people when I charge for a reading. They might think it's bullshit. They might think they see me as a scammer. Their motive is to help people and to think, oh, that's terrible. But they didn't take the time to get to know me, to watch my readings. Then if they actually took the time to watch, you know, sometimes these readings, the cards come out and yeah, they seem like it could be completely random cards popping out. If you just watched it for a second, I could see how you think it's bullshit. But if you actually took the time to watch them, you're going to see those I can't make this shit up moments. You're going to see when I say something and then that card pops out. Or I say this card wants to pop out and then it does. You're going to see when it comes out so freaking perfectly. One time I had yin pop out, the next card was yang. You know, those you can't make this shit up moments prove to me this is real. I mean, there was a time where whenever they would say that to me, I thought, what if this is bullshit? What if I'm telling people, oh God, I would really hate to send people in the wrong direction. I would hate to be wrong about this and hurt people. I don't want to do this if it's hurting people. I'm actually a good person. I'm not a scammer, like people seem to think. So if they actually took the time to get to know me or watch the readings, watch when people come back and say, hey, what you said would happen really happened. I had one girl come back and say that within 2 weeks. If they actually took the time. So before you're out, you know, commenting on things, us people, we need to stop and say, have I given this enough time to watch it? Yeah, you know, not every psychic's accurate. Sometimes these psychics like Teresa Caputo, they'll like, and she's, you know, there's a lot of times she's accurate, but then there's times where people are like, I don't know. But then she has to show them making a tape later on going, oh, I went home and thought about it, and then I realized what you were talking about. Like in that moment, they thought she wasn't being accurate. But then later, Sylvia Brown with that Michael Devlin thing, she got a lot of the details incorrect, but she did get his name right. She said it was Michael, but she got some other stuff incorrect. But, you know, not everybody's perfect. Some people, they build their career because they do enough things that are good, but, you know, we're humans, we're infallible. And with tarot card reading and anything spiritual, I mean, the energy can be off. The energy can change. It might have been that when I heard her first prediction, I was in one timeline, and then now I'm in another timeline, and it just changed. That shit happens. That shit's real. I know it sounds crazy, but Mandela effect, yeah. It's not the Mandela effect. It's real. We do jump timelines. 7 of Pentacles. Seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. So you might be worried You might want to do this like me. I wanted to do it, and I did do a lot of worry because I wanted so badly to do it, but then it wasn't happening fast enough. The money wasn't coming in, and I thought, well, I'm going to run out of money. I got to go back to work now. I don't want to go back to work. So I worried. But they're telling you that, right now you're laying a foundation. These are seeds, and they're well planted, so you're going to have success. If you're at a pause where you're sweeping things under the rug, you pulled back, you're at a pause, it's just temporary. You have unnecessary worry here. So you will have success with whatever this is, enough so that you are going to be supported somehow, some way. But part of this journey, part of the spiritual awakenings, part of manifesting, part of what Spirit wants of us is to learn to trust the universe. And I am not going to tell you, I'm not going to lecture you on that because I have a problem with it as well. I'm going through this process as well, where I'm learning that everything does end up okay. And the challenges are just lessons. But it takes you trusting, you putting yourself out there, it coming true, to be able to really reinforce that within yourself and then be able to tell other people. When I first started it, that's the hardest thing, is starting on and talking to people about faith, about what I believe in, without talking about manifesting and how to manifest when I haven't fully finished it yet. I'm in the midst of it. I do believe it's working. It's taken a while because I got to get over certain blocks, but to be able to tell people things when I'm just working on faith as well has been really hard. But I had to put myself out there. I wasn't supposed to wait. They were telling me, just do it. And that's what they're telling you. Okay, so we have 8 of air, 5 of water, and the moon. So we have 8 of air. So yeah, you felt trapped in this situation. You felt like you couldn't keep doing it or keep going. You had a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. But this was all, whatever made you feel trapped is all up in your head. It's an illusion. You're afraid to take action. 5 of water, things not turning out the way you had hoped. So that might have, maybe you had a block like me. You have a lack of self-confidence. That creates a block. It makes you not want to get out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there, especially when you're talking about stuff that's it's actually kind of scary to talk about spiritual stuff or to be a witch, because there's people out there that straight up think it's okay to want to harm a witch or hurt a witch. There's other countries where they still kill witches. Like, what the fuck? They don't realize there's nothing wrong with witches. Not every witch is dark or is doing anything demonic. In fact, the majority of them probably are all love and light. They have no idea what witchcraft really is, because Christians so many years ago came along and took pagans' beliefs and twisted it and just started telling lies, and people believed it, and then it spread like wildfire because fear spreads. We were in a time of fear-based thinking, and we're still kind of there, but we're getting out of it. But there are still people that think being a witch is bad. And just the fact that I use the term witch, I'm putting myself out there as a witch. I'm using that label. That's the closest thing to my beliefs that I could think of. So I went with that. Yes, I'm a witch. But it's not what people think, right? Okay, so we have 5 of water. So things might not have turned out like you had hoped regarding this situation, but you're not seeing the positive in the situation. You're not still seeing the 2 cups still standing. You're only seeing what didn't work out. You're crying over spilt milk, but things are going to be revealed. You're going to get important psychic insights here. The divine giving you, with the Ace of Air, giving you these ideas, these inspirations, these insights. You're going to be able to see or feel the events happening behind the scenes. You're going to know with your intuition. You're going to need to release fears that hold you back. That's what this card says. Wow, this reading is so synchronistic too. I love it. I love it. So I hope people are bearing with me on my theories and ideas and whatever, because this is very important for somebody out there. And I'm assuming that the people that I'm supposed to reach are going to want to listen, because their soul is going to know this is for them. And we have, again, this is number 18, which breaks down to 9. 9 means you're close to the end of a cycle. You're not there yet, but you're close. So I guess there's some kind of lesson here for you to learn. And once you learn that lesson, once you step out of your comfort zone, then you're going to be propelled into a new cycle where you're going to have success, I think, because we have here the seeds well planted. All right, man, that was a long first part, of this reading. Now I'm going to go into a bonus extended reading. It's funny because this is for Leo, right? I have Leo, I'm a Leo moon. So I do feel like they're screaming at me too, both of us. And there's a certain general collective that's all in the same wave, all kind of going through a similar situation. So you're probably going through a similar situation as me, where you want to do it. Maybe you've tried it and things didn't work out, but you're looking at what didn't work out. You're not looking at what's still there and what you can achieve. And you're letting it keep you back, hold you back. So you need to not be afraid to take action, to release your fears that hold you back here. And you're going to be getting psychic insights that help you to do this. The divine is helping you. So now I'm going to go into a bonus extended reading where I ask spirits, what's going to happen with regard to this situation? I'm assuming this is your soul purpose, you doing your soul purpose. You probably want to hear this. I at first wanted to hear about the romance, but then I came to surrender, I think, or close to surrender, where this is all I care about now is this going to be successful? Am I going to be able to work full-time eventually doing this and make enough money to support me and feel supported and not have to feel anxious and not have to be worried? But this is also why we're being tested, because we're supposed to learn how to just trust, go from the age of, what did they say? Some people they said some people lose their memory because we went from the age of having to remember things to now just knowing. And I have my memory's gotten really bad. Anyway, so Archangel Haniel might be here helping you, or you can ask Archangel Haniel. That might be the Archangel giving you these insights, these psychic insights. So I'm going to go to the bonus extended. We're going to go into what's going to happen with this situation in the next 6 months to a year or sooner. And what do you need to know? What challenges? What should you be working on? What can you do to make sure this success happens, or to release these fears? What can you do for yourself? Maybe get some self-care cards, some law of attraction cards, get a lot of great extra insight. So if this feels like this is for you and you want to know more, get deeper into this reading, find out when, how, why, anything else Spirit wants to tell you. There's always great information that comes out in the bonus extended. It's only $5.55 for a month's worth of access to all of the readings that I've done up until this point, and all of the bonus extended readings that I do going forward, not just this one reading. So there are some people that charge per reading, and I think that's fine, a fine price, but with mine right now, you can get access to everything. So go down below, click the link. You can sign up immediately. You can cancel at any time. You don't have to stay a Patreon. Although I do truly appreciate those of you who do stay a Patreon month to month. It is what's going to allow me to keep doing these readings for you and support this channel. Thank you so much, and allow me to do my dream and my passion. And it's not a lot per person, so it's a kind of a minimal investment for you to keep getting these extra details that are going to lead you to your purpose. And then it's an energy exchange, right? So I love those of you who have signed up for my Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting. If you want a personal reading from me, they're just like this. I upload it to YouTube as private, and I send you the link within a day or two, usually same day. When I start working, might be more like 2 days, but I do recommend longer readings. Look, the more time I have to pull cards, the more cards I can get, the more synchronicities we get, the more I can know that that's definitely what they're trying to say. Like with awareness coming out twice, then I know that card did not pop out by accident. Usually I don't think the cards do pop out by accident, but I really know when we get the synchronicities. I know I'm supposed to focus on it. I know that the energy is strong. So I do like longer readings, but if you can only afford a $20 one, I can work with that too. So just go to my website to check out my different offerings, www.bossaswitch1111.com. Be sure to like this video, share this video, definitely let me know down below in the comment section if this is for you, and subscribe to my channel. Be sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these details, because if this energy is for you, I'm tapping into your energy. Spirit is trying to give you signs, trying to lead you, trying to use me to do so. So make sure you're not missing any of that. And we're going to go now to the bonus extended. So go now, sign up, and you'll have instant access to watch the rest of this reading and all of the readings that I've done that give you all these extra details. So meet me there right now.